knowledge on the whole defense. So I feel like that just helped me in general, knowing the right place to be at the right time, and then opening pockets for myself to go make plays.
Start as a rotational guy with Wisconsin, and obviously you have started the last couple of years. What was kind of that transition like for you to, not only be a certain amount of snaps guy, but take on the full workload and have that pass rush upside too, as
Um,
well as run side?
yeah, I think it was pretty well because coming in as a freshman, like I said, I didn't know everything. I just knew what I needed to do in some of the plays. I was just out there playing off natural talent. Then I had to learn how to get that better. So I think my progression was well deserved. I didn't have like no measured amount of snaps my junior senior year, but I worked towards that, and I learned from the older guys on how to manage everything and how to learn that playbook. So I feel like I've earned those rights to play as many snaps as I did towards the end.
So toward the as the season went on last year, you were getting more green lights from coach.
hmm
Is that the way you felt you were getting
Yeah.
last
So
year?
I've talked to him as well, and he know that I like to rush the passer, and he gave me more opportunities to do so. And some of them I left on the plate, but some of them I executed. So I think it was a pretty good decision on me being able to get after that quarterback a lot more this year, and I'm happy to keep that going.
Where specifically do you see you improving your game as a pass rusher?
Just my knowledge of pass sets and my toolbox. I feel like over the years I've got more plays or more moves in my toolbox. I was freshman year just a big guy, a power rusher. Now I'm feeling the leverage, kind of push pulling guys or cross chopping, just trying different moves on guys, and then knowing the slide protection, just picking up on offensive lineman communication to know what moves I can have before it even happens.
Keanu, I know that Wisconsin obviously we would have a lot of good offensive linemen. How is going against those guys every day in practice? How has that helped you as a player? And what makes them such a tough unit to go against?
Yeah, iron sharp as iron. I feel like my freshman year coming in, I was going against Tyler Biotis. He was good, and then I'm going against Joe Tipman, and like he's a monster as well. So it's like I'm blessed to have went against those guys because I wouldn't be the person I am today. If I was going against some guys I can just throw around all day, I'm not getting better. So the guys that can beat me, the guys like we go back and forth throughout practice. That's what I like to see.
And I know we talked to Nick Herbig earlier, obviously. How special of a player is he, and what's your relationship like?
Yeah, he's a dog. That's my dude, man. We was actually training together. I consider him a brother of mine, and I think that's a lifelong relationship. His mom, my mom are friends now, and we got family ties. So that's my dude. But he's a dog, and I feel like some people underestimate him, but he's gonna turn a lot of heads when he get in the league.
And what makes Tipton special as a center interior offensive line?
He's a smart guy. Of course, you got to be smart to play center, but he's a smart, strong, dependable guy. So I really like going against him, and he also knows how to lead that offensive line to the best of his ability.
You were a wrestler in high school. How do you feel like that's translated to the pros?
Wrestling, I suggest like all the kids to wrestle. Everybody I talk to, it's because like first of all the grit, one on one is you and one other person that you got to go against in that ring. So that's the grit factor, and then kind of with your hands, hips, leverage, feet, all that stuff. I feel like that translated phenomenally to the football field.
Have you had any formal interviews here yet?
Formal, yes. I had a couple teams yesterday.
Hey, Keanu, there's a real football history from Janesville, Wisconsin, making it in the NFL. How much pride do you take in kind of representing that and going forward?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Not a lot of people know, but I was the first person to go D1 for my school in like 30 years. And I took honor in that. I didn't think I would be able to go because like nobody was interested, and I started getting looks later in my career, end of my junior year of high school actually, and I was just blessed to be able to take that next step and go to college. So
And then last year, all you guys kind of got a lesson in the business of football with all that happened with the program. How does that help you kind of understand this transition to the NFL? Or did you learn anything from that side?
yeah, I realized it's a business. That's all it is. At Wisconsin we're a lot family oriented. So I feel like the guys took a little bit of shock to it, but Coach Chris reminded us like we still got a task at hand and we got to continue to fight for each other and not just because he got fired. But I realize it's a business. People are going to come and go, but at the end of the day, you got to handle your business.
Why didn't you get? Why do you think you didn't get divorced in high school? You thought maybe you would get, and have you taken a moment here to reflect on where you come from, where you were in high school?
I mean, yeah, I took a moment, but I didn't think I was going to get any because it was just nobody was coming to look at Janesville Craig High School football. Like it just wasn't a thing, and I'm glad that I went against guys like Sun Prairie, Madison Memorial, and like that Big 8 conference. So I got looks at different schools that turned heads and then brought them to Janesville Craig.
How much space do you have for your wrestling?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Like my wrestling coach, actually, he's a big part of my life as well because not a lot of people know this, but he saved my sister's life. She had a stop breathing, her heart failed in gym class, and he shocked her back to life. So we have a connection there, and then me going to him for being a wrestling coach. He's an awesome dude. He kind of knows me, talks to my parents, talks to my family, and then he reached out to McIntosh without me even asking, and then I got the visit and got the offer on the visit. So it was like, that was a dream come true, and I couldn't thank him enough, but he never asked me for anything, and he was always proud of me for what I've accomplished.
You had those games up at Madison and West, when you would go to Madison, where you're starting to think like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, Madison, I've came up a couple times, but it was always an awesome city to me. I never really thought I would be playing football there, but it was a dream come true. Like I didn't know it could happen, but I got like smaller offers to different schools. But then those guys came along, and that was like my first big D1 offer. So I was happy and blessed to receive it. Mark Mullen.
When you look at your future, NFL career, what would be a successful career?
In the NFL? Yeah, I would just say me lasting like I want to play for at least 5-7 years, somewhere in there. So just being coachable, seeing myself still develop skills that I know that I have deep down, and try to really figure out how high my ceiling is. I haven't figured that out yet. So just taking on information from the vets, taking on information from the people who've been there before. I just really want to see how long I can go with this thing.
How do you want people to remember yourself?
Me, probably just a friendly guy, a guy who's not afraid to speak his mind, and then a guy who's going to get after it on the football field. I feel like I do have that switch in my head that I can turn off when I'm off the field and then kind of be a competitor and aggressive on the field.
One last one, who's the biggest trash talk you played with or against?
I can't think of it. He was, I think it's the left tackle from Michigan State this past year. He talked, but he didn't have nothing to back it up. So, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, that was awesome, man. Like, Leo, that's my guy. We was in the same pod, almost locker neighbors, a few lockers down, but he turned it up, and I'm proud of him for that. And then you go on Instagram and see him doing the pull-up on the bus and stuff, and I'm like, he's an animal. He's a different animal, and I'm glad that he got a ring off his first year, and I just hope he keeps it going. I do tomorrow or today. No, I don't really have a preference. I'm comfortable from 3 to 3. Tyler is the main guy. I don't really know a lot of other players, but Tyler is one of the guys who I can reach out to anytime I want, kind of give me advice on things that are happening in the league. And then Jake Ferguson now plays with him, and that's my guy as well. I was roommates with him like my freshman year summer, and it was awesome. And I can also reach out to him, kind of see what people are thinking of me, kind of see what people are thinking in the league and how that transition was. So I'm glad I can reach out to those two guys and get my career started. Yeah, Ferg especially. He actually reached out to me, And I was talking to him about the combine process and then the Senior Bowl process. And he just gave me great information, and I'm glad that he was able to talk to me. And then same with Biotic, just kind of talking about that transition from college to NFL and things that he wish he could have done, so I can just know what's coming a little bit. I have gotten talked to the Steelers quite a bit. Takeaway, I feel like they like me, but a couple teams do. I like talking to the Steelers actually. I talked to Tomlin as well, and he was at the Senior Bowl, and I think that's an awesome group. And he likes me.
You have a reputation as like a strong run defender, but I thought down in Mobile you kind of showed what you can do as a pass rusher. What's the next step in developing like a pass rusher?
Just consistency. I feel like I did do good in the Reese's Bowl, but just consistency with my pass rushes. I feel like my run game is there. I can hold the block, I can hold double teams, I can split double teams and stuff like that. But just getting after the pass rusher, making my movements decisive, and like taking those milliseconds off so I can get sacks rather than QB pressures.
Is there a specific maybe pass rusher in the league that you're looking forward to like maybe modeling your game after, or maybe taking a pass rusher?
I really like Grady Jarrett, and everybody, of course, likes Aaron Donald. But those two guys are two guys that I look up to. Huh? Not here. I had it at the Reese's Bowl.
Johnny, your biggest growth to me seems to be seeing things faster mentally. When did film study start to change and click for you?
Well, I tried my freshman year. Like I said, it was all a blur. And then once I'm in there, it's so fast. But sophomore, junior year, I would say that's when it started to switch. I started to know what to look for. Started to pick up tendencies and kind of figure out what I can and can't do. My senior year, I feel like everything was clicking. It was pretty much easy for me. I knew my whole defense. Now it's just looking at the offense and figuring out where I can slip the things that I've learned through these past years in their play.